This is the biggest opportunity of my life. I really hope to win the show.
Could it be that the Voice fans fell in love with isn't 100% real? That's the question quietly spreading across social media forums, fan groups, and reaction videos. Angelina Jordan, the barefoot vocal prodigy from Norway who captivated the world with her hauntingly soulful performances at just 7 years old, is now facing speculation that no one saw coming. Fans are beginning to question whether the voice on her studio recordings is truly hers, or if there's someone else lurking in the shadows of the audio mix. What began as admiration for her vocal control and emotional depth has taken a strange turn as some fans notice subtle differences between her raw live performances and her studio tracks. While her voice remains unmatched in purity and depth, the internet is buzzing with theories about voice layering, studio enhancements, and even full-blown voice doubles. These aren't wild accusations, but rather grounded curiosities from loyal listeners who have followed Angelina for years. Could it be a production trick, or is someone else stepping in behind the scenes? As this mystery unfolds, we dive deep into the rumors, the facts, and the studio secrets that may reveal the truth. But what fans discovered next would only deepen the suspicion. Angelina Jordan's voice is like no other in her generation, rich, raspy, mature beyond her years. Her viral performance of Gloomy Sunday at 7 years old didn't just impress judges, it stunned the world. Critics called her an old soul, and fans fell in love with her jazz phrasing and vocal dynamics that felt more Billie Holiday than Kid Next Door. She's since gone on to perform globally, rack up millions of views, and work with Grammy-winning producers. But now some longtime fans have noticed a strange disconnect between her live vocals and what they hear on record. It's not about whether she can sing, she absolutely can, it's about how different her voice sometimes sounds in the studio. Certain studio versions seem smoother, almost too perfect, lacking the raw texture that defines her magic on stage. Fans say the tone is cleaner and vibratos sound more machine-like. Could it be compression? Could it be layering? Or is something or someone else helping behind the curtain? While no one's questioning her talent, the inconsistency has sparked more than curiosity, it's sparked an investigation. And once they compared live clips with studio versions, things got even weirder. So what exactly is a voice double, and why would anyone need one in the first place? In the recording industry, a voice double isn't a conspiracy, it's often just practical. It can be a singer's own voice, layered to create a fuller sound, or it could be another vocalist mimicking the original singer's tone to strengthen the track. In some cases, voice doubles are used for harmonies, ad-libs, or to fill in where a performance might have lacked energy. Think of it like movie stunt doubles, but for vocals. It's not uncommon, especially for high-profile or young artists under intense touring and recording schedules. Producers sometimes make judgment calls in the studio to ensure a record sounds perfect. But when the artist in question is known for authenticity and raw talent, like Angelina, things get controversial. The idea that someone else might be singing parts of her tracks feels like betrayal to fans who value her artistic honesty. Could her producers have taken liberties without her full awareness? Or is it all just polished engineering work? And then came the fan comparisons, screenshots, waveforms, even slowed down audio. It didn't take long for fans to start analyzing the evidence. Some pointed to the backing vocals on tracks like Now I'm the Fool and Million Miles, claiming they don't match the tone or breath patterns of Angelina's live voice. On Reddit threads and Facebook fan groups, audio engineers and casual listeners alike began dissecting the background layers, isolating vocals, slowing down sections, and running them through pitch analyzers. One YouTube reaction video went viral after the host played back Angelina's live performance side by side with the studio cut and asked, "Is this really the same person?" That question opened the floodgates. Viewers began noticing whispered harmonies that sounded oddly different, sustained notes with no visible breathing, and ad-libs that didn't quite match her typical phrasing. While none of this is conclusive proof, it's enough to raise eyebrows. The question isn't whether Angelina can sing, everyone agrees she can. It's whether the production team may have quietly brought in help to elevate the final product. But could these layers be her own voice? And if so, why the secrecy? Officially, there's no confirmation from Angelina or her team that voice doubles have been used. In fact, industry insiders suggest that what fans are hearing might just be smart production choices, things like doubling her own vocals, pitch correction, or even ghost harmonies that are common in modern pop and jazz. Most big-name singers don't release tracks without studio polishing, and vocal layering is the norm even for the best vocalists alive. The difference with Angelina is that fans view her as the anti-pop star, raw, soulful, and real. That image makes even standard studio practices feel suspicious. She's been recorded singing live with orchestra-level perfection, so why does the studio version sometimes feel like it's hiding something? Could it be that her team, trying to perfect a marketable product, leaned too heavily on enhancements? Or is it simply that fans have set expectations so high that anything less than perfectly raw sounds fake? Either way, the silence from her camp is fueling the fire, and that silence is starting to speak louder than any studio track. This controversy cuts deeper than just one artist. It's a spotlight on the entire music industry. As artists grow more dependent on technology to perfect their sound, the line between genuine artistry and commercial polish continues to blur. With AI-generated harmonies and post-production trickery now part of the norm, even the most talented singers risk being accused of faking it. In Angelina's case, her child prodigy origins and jazz roots created an expectation of purity, an illusion that nothing in her voice should be touched. But the reality of studio work is different. Producers often adjust everything from pitch to breathing patterns, especially when trying to hit commercial standards. But here's the issue. If fans are emotionally attached to the idea of raw, untouched talent, then even normal industry practices can feel like deception. That disconnect can trigger backlash, no matter how minor the enhancement. So if it's not a lie, why does it still feel like one to her fans? For Angelina Jordan's fanbase, the emotional bond is built on authenticity. They've watched her grow up on camera, barefoot and vulnerable, pouring emotion into every note. Any suspicion of vocal trickery feels personal, like something sacred has been compromised. That's why these whispers about voice doubles or uncredited vocal layers sting so much more. Her artistry isn't just about sound, it's about truth. But when studio recordings don't match the rawness of her YouTube or live concert vocals, fans feel something's been lost in translation. Is it fair to expect perfection in every setting? No. But when the difference is noticeable and no explanation is given, trust begins to erode. Some defend her, arguing that every singer goes through vocal changes or experiments with new tones. Others aren't so sure, saying this isn't just a shift, it's a replacement. And with every new track released, the debate reignites. In the end, there's no smoking gun yet, but the whispers have turned into real questions that deserve answers. Angelina Jordan remains one of the most gifted vocalists of her generation, but the mystery surrounding her studio recordings is now part of her story, whether she likes it or not. Are these voice doubles, smart production, or simply the evolution of a young artist exploring her sound? Until there's transparency, the speculation will continue to grow. What fans want isn't a confession, they just want to know the truth behind the music they love. So the next time you press play on an Angelina track, listen a little closer. Is that her signature rasp, or does something feel different? Let us know in the comments what you think. Do you hear a double, or just a different version of the same voice we've followed since childhood? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share if this made you hear things differently.